Alright, so let's talk about Morocco. Did you know that the oldest university in the world, still operating by the way, is in Morocco? It was founded by a woman. Yes, the University of Al-Qarawiyyin, founded in 859 AD by Fatima al-Fihri. See, you thought you were just here for pretty pictures, but you're getting an education. Also, Morocco is one of the only two countries, along with Spain, that has coastlines on both the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. It's basically the overachiever of geography. And, get this, a no in Morocco often means maybe, and a maybe is pretty much a yes. So if you ask someone if this is the best country in the world and they say no, they might just be playing hard to get. Now, I get it. You hear Morocco, and your brain just explodes with images. You've got vibrant souks, spices piled high like colorful mountains, camels chilling in the desert like they own the place. Which, let's be honest, they kinda do. You see pictures of blue cities, ancient kasbahs, and hear whispers of tagine and mint tea. It's a sensory overload, a beautiful, magical, chaotic symphony. And that's exactly the problem, isn't it? When a place has so much magic, so much beauty, where do you even begin? It's like being at an all-you-can-eat buffet of culture, and you're just standing there with your plate, completely paralyzed by the sheer deliciousness of it all. Do you go for the Sahara first? The mountains? The medinas? It's overwhelming. But don't you worry, take a deep breath. I'm here to be your guide, your cultural GPS in this incredible country. We're going to navigate this beautiful chaos together. I'll take you through the most breathtaking places, from the iconic spots you've seen on postcards to the hidden gems that most tourists fly right over. We're going to uncover the real Morocco, the stories behind the sights. So, if you're ready to discover a world of hidden gems, unique cultures, and maybe even a goat in a tree, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Trust me, you don't want to get lost without me. So, before we dive headfirst into the desert sands, or get lost in a Medina, let's get our facts straight. Because Morocco is one of those places that constantly surprises you. It's not just a country, it's a living, breathing history book with a fantastic sense of humor. The story of this land is woven from so many different threads: Berber, Arab, Andalusian, French, Spanish. It's a cultural tapestry so rich and complex, you could spend a lifetime trying to unravel it. The Berber people, the indigenous inhabitants of North Africa, have traditions and a language that are thousands of years old. And their influence is everywhere, from the architecture of the kasbahs to the patterns on the carpets. It's a history that isn't just in museums. It's in the way people talk, cook, and live their lives every single day. And the food. Oh, the food. We have to talk about the food. Moroccan cuisine is not just about eating. It's an event. It's a slow-cooked tagine that has been simmering for hours, filling the air with the scent of cumin, turmeric, and ginger. It's the delightful surprise of sweet and savory in a pastilla. It's the ceremony of pouring mint tea from a great height to create the perfect foam. This isn't just sustenance. It's a declaration of hospitality, a story told through spices. And every region has its specialty, its own unique twist on a classic dish. It's a culinary journey that mirrors the country's own diverse landscape. Let's talk architecture, because in Morocco, even the buildings tell a story. You'll see these incredible geometric patterns, intricate tile work called zellage, carved stucco, and majestic archways. It's a style that's designed to be beautiful from the inside out. Many traditional homes, or riads, have a central courtyard, a private oasis hidden away from the hustle and bustle of the streets. It's a reflection of a culture that values privacy and family. This isn't just about building walls. It's about creating sanctuaries, spaces of peace and beauty in the heart of a chaotic city. The detail is so mind-boggling you'll find yourself just staring at a doorway for 10 minutes, wondering how anyone had the patience to create it. Now for the part you've been waiting for, the goats. Yes, the rumors are true. In certain parts of Morocco, particularly in the southwest, you will see goats climbing argan trees. It's not a circus act. It's not a Photoshop trick. These goats are just really dedicated to getting to the tasty argan fruit. They climb up into the branches and just hang out, munching away like it's the most normal thing in the world. It's one of those sights that makes you question reality. You're driving along and suddenly you see a tree full of goats. It's nature's surrealist painting, and it's quintessentially Moroccan, unexpected, a little bit strange, and absolutely brilliant. And if tree-climbing goats weren't enough to blow your mind, how about this? It snows in the Sahara. Yes, you heard me right. The Sahara Desert, the place you associate with scorching heat and endless sand, can get a dusting of snow. It's a rare event for sure, but it happens. Imagine the visual. The iconic orange dunes of the Sahara covered in a blanket of pure white snow. It's a paradox, a beautiful contradiction that perfectly sums up Morocco. It's a country that will constantly challenge your expectations, a place where the impossible feels possible and where you learn to expect the unexpected. All right, let's go to the Sahara. And I don't mean just looking at it from a distance. I mean we're going in. The Sahara is not just a big sandbox. It's an ocean of sand, a place of profound silence and immense power. Its sheer vastness is humbling. You can stand on a dune and see nothing but sand and sky in every direction, an endless sea of rolling gold and orange waves. It makes you feel incredibly small, but in a good way. It recalibrates your perspective. All the little things you worry about back home just melt away in the face of that infinite horizon. It's a landscape that speaks, but it does so in a language of silence and space. This desert has been home to nomadic tribes for centuries. People like the Tuareg, the famous blue men of the desert, who have navigated this seemingly empty landscape using the stars, the wind, and an ancestral knowledge that is almost beyond our comprehension. They are masters of survival, living in harmony with an environment that most of us would find impossibly harsh. Their culture is rich with poetry, music, and a deep spiritual connection to the desert. Meeting them, sharing a cup of tea in a traditional tent, is to touch a way of life that has remained unchanged for generations. It's a powerful reminder that there are other ways of being, other definitions of wealth and home. And don't think for a second that the desert is empty. It's teeming with life, if you know where to look. You might spot a fennec fox with its enormous ears, or a desert monitor lizard scurrying across the sand. There are birds, insects, and hardy plants that have all found ingenious ways to adapt and thrive in this extreme environment. The Sahara is a subtle ecosystem, a delicate web of life. It's a testament to the resilience of nature. It's not a wasteland. It's a world full of secrets, waiting to be discovered by those who are patient enough to watch and listen. The history of the Sahara is written in the sand. For centuries, this was not a barrier, but a highway. Great camel caravans, sometimes thousands strong, traversed these dunes carrying salt, gold, spices, and stories between the heart of Africa and the Mediterranean world. These were the original trade routes, the arteries of commerce and culture. The towering dunes of places like Erg Chebi and Erg Chigaga are not just natural wonders, they are landmarks on an ancient map. Riding a camel across these dunes, you're not just a tourist, you're following in the footsteps of merchants, explorers, and pilgrims from a bygone era. And then, there's the night. Oh, the desert night. After a day of trekking, you arrive at a camp. The sun sets in a blaze of glory, painting the dunes in shades of purple and pink you didn't know existed. And as the last light fades, the show begins. The sky explodes with stars. With no light pollution, you see the Milky Way in all its glory, a thick, shimmering river of light across the heavens. You can see constellations you've only read about in books. Lying on your back, listening to the crackle of the campfire and the distant sound of Berber drums, staring up at that infinite star-dusted canopy. It's not just a view, it's a spiritual experience. It's a moment of pure, unadulterated magic that will stay with you forever. If the Sahara is Morocco's soul, then Marrakech is its beating heart. This city is an assault on the senses in the best possible way. It's vibrant, it's loud, it's chaotic, and it's utterly intoxicating. The moment you step into the main square, Jemaa El Fna, you're no longer just a spectator, you're part of the show. There are snake charmers, storytellers, musicians, henna artists, and food stalls selling everything you can imagine. It's a 1,000-year-old street theater, and the performance never stops. It's the kind of place where you can just sit at a rooftop cafe, sip a mint tea, and watch the human drama unfold for hours. But Marrakech is not just the chaos of the square. It's a city of hidden gardens and tranquil courtyards. You can escape the heat and the crowds in places like the Jardin Majorel, a stunning botanical garden that was owned by Yves Saint Laurent. The intense cobalt blue, now famously known as Majorel blue, is so vivid against the green of the cacti and palms, it's like stepping into a painting. Or you can find peace in the Bahia Palace, a masterpiece of Moroccan architecture with its intricate mosaics, carved cedar ceilings, and serene courtyards. These places are reminders that even in the most bustling cities, you can find pockets of pure tranquility. The soul of Marrakech, like many Moroccan cities, is its Medina. This is the old walled city, a labyrinthine maze of narrow alleyways where you will absolutely, definitely get lost. And that's the whole point. Getting lost in the Medina is part of the experience. Every wrong turn leads to a new discovery. A tiny workshop where a craftsman is hammering metal, a hidden bakery sending out the smell of fresh bread, a quiet square where children are playing football. The souks within the Medina are a treasure trove. You can find everything from leather bags and babouches to colorful lanterns, spices, and argan oil. Haggling is part of the culture, a friendly dance of negotiation, so don't be shy. Of course, you cannot talk about Marrakech without talking about food and wellness. This is a city to indulge your senses. Treat yourself to a traditional hammam, a steam bath and scrub that will leave your skin feeling softer than you thought possible. It's a ritual of purification and relaxation that is central to Moroccan life. And then, you feast. From the simple but delicious food stalls in Jemaa El Fna serving grilled meats and snail soup, to the sophisticated restaurants in modern Gueles, Marrakech is a food lover's paradise. Try a cooking class to learn the secrets of a perfect tagine or couscous. The flavors of this city will linger on your palate long after you've left. One of the best things about Marrakech is its location. It sits at the foot of the magnificent Atlas Mountains. This means you can be in the heart of a bustling, ancient city in the morning. And by the afternoon, you can be hiking in the cool, fresh air of the mountains, looking down on the plains below. The proximity of these two contrasting worlds is what makes Marrakech so unique. It's a gateway city, a perfect base for exploring the incredible diversity of Morocco. You can have the urban adventure and the natural escape all in one trip. It's a city that truly offers the best of both worlds. Okay, so from the beautiful madness of Marrakech, we travel back in time to a place that looks like it was literally carved out of the earth itself. This is Ait Ben Hadoul. It's a ksar, which is a fortified village made almost entirely of mud brick. When you first see it, rising up from the side of a hill, it looks less like a village and more like a giant, intricate sandcastle that has somehow survived for centuries. The reddish-brown color of the buildings blends so perfectly with the surrounding landscape, it's hard to tell where the ground ends and the walls begin. It's one of the most stunning examples of southern Moroccan earthen architecture you will ever see. This isn't just a collection of old buildings. It's a brilliant piece of communal design. The village is built on a hillside, with the houses crowded together, connected by a maze of narrow, winding alleys and covered passages. This design was strategic. It provided defense against invaders and offered shade and coolness from the harsh sun. At the very top of the hill is the Agadir, or fortified granary, which served as a lookout point and a place to store the community's precious grain. As you climb through the village, you're literally walking up through layers of history, imagining the lives of the Berber families who called this place home. The views from Ait Ben Haddou are, in a word, epic. As you make your way to the top, you're rewarded with breathtaking panoramic views of the surrounding Unila Valley. You can see the dry riverbed, the palm groves that line its banks, and the vast, rocky desert stretching out towards the horizon. The landscape is stark and beautiful, especially at sunrise or sunset, when the low light casts long shadows and makes the colors of the earth glow. It's a photographer's dream and a moment of quiet contemplation, a stark contrast to the lively chaos of the village below. Now, if Ait Ben Haddou looks strangely familiar to you, there's a very good reason for that. This place is basically a Hollywood superstar. It has a more impressive filmography than most actors. Remember the epic battles in Gladiator? That was here. The city of Yunkai in Game of Thrones? Also here. Lawrence of Arabia, The Mummy, Prince of Persia, the list goes on and on. Directors love it because it's a ready-made, authentic, ancient city that requires very little set dressing. Walking through its alleys, you can't help but feel like an extra in a grand historical epic. Despite its fame and the trickle of tourists, Ait Ben Haddou is not just a museum or a film set. A handful of families still live within the Qsar, maintaining a traditional way of life. You can visit their homes, share a glass of mint tea, and see how they live. This adds a layer of authenticity to the experience that you don't get at other historical sites. It's a living community, a bridge between a powerful past and a resilient present. Visiting Ait Ben Haddou isn't just about seeing impressive old buildings. It's about connecting with the enduring spirit of the Berber people who built and still inhabit this incredible place, the main course. This small village is famous for one thing. It's the gateway to Erg Chebi, one of Morocco's two major Saharan ergs, or seas of sand dunes. And these dunes are honestly just spectacular. They are some of the highest in the country, reaching up to 150 meters or 500 feet into the sky. They're colossal, majestic, and seem to change color throughout the day, from a soft pink at dawn to a fiery orange at sunset and a deep red in the midday sun. The adventure here is all about immersing yourself in this incredible natural wonder. The classic Merzuga experience, and something you absolutely have to do, is a camel trek into the dunes. There is something profoundly timeless about it. You mount your camel, a surprisingly gentle and patient creature, and set off in a caravan, led by a Berber guide. The only sounds are the soft plodding of the camel's feet in the sand and the whisper of the wind. As you move deeper into the desert, the world you know disappears behind the dunes, and you are enveloped in a world of sand and sky. It's a slow, meditative journey that allows you to truly appreciate the scale and beauty of the desert. Your destination is a traditional Berber camp, nestled amongst the dunes. These camps range from simple and rustic to surprisingly luxurious, but they all offer an unforgettable experience. As night falls, you gather around a campfire for a delicious dinner of tagine or couscous, cooked right there in the desert. Afterwards, your Berber hosts will often bring out their drums and play traditional music, singing songs that have been passed down through generations. It's a joyful, authentic cultural exchange under a blanket of brilliant stars. The combination of the music, the fire, and the immense silence of the desert is pure magic. But Merzuga isn't just for chilling out. If you've got a bit of an adrenaline junkie in you, this is your playground. You can rent a quad bike or a 4x4 and go dune bashing, racing up and down the sandy slopes for a thrilling ride. Or, for a more low-tech but equally fun experience, you can try sandboarding. It's basically snowboarding, but on sand. You climb to the top of a high dune and then slide all the way down. It's a lot harder than it looks, and you'll get sand absolutely everywhere, but the laughter and the views from the top are totally worth it. And let's not forget the simple, profound moments. Waking up early in your desert camp, climbing to the top of the nearest dune in the pre-dawn chill, and watching the sunrise is a truly spiritual experience. Seeing the first rays of light hit the tops of the dunes and slowly spill down into the valleys is like watching the world being born anew. The sunsets are equally spectacular, a daily performance of color and light. Merzouga is also a fantastic spot for birdwatching, especially during the spring migration, when a seasonal lake forms and attracts flamingos and other waterfowl. It's another one of Morocco's beautiful contradictions, a burst of life in the heart of the desert. Stretching for over 2,500 kilometers across Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia, the Atlas Mountains are the backbone of North Africa. And in Morocco, they are at their most dramatic and accessible. This isn't just one uniform mountain range. It's a series of ranges, including the High Atlas, the Middle Atlas, and the Anti-Atlas, each with its own unique character and landscape. The High Atlas, in particular, is home to Jebel Toubkal, the highest peak in North Africa, standing at a mighty 4,167 meters. These mountains are a world away from the heat of the desert and the hustle of the cities. They're a realm of fresh air, rugged beauty, and ancient traditions. This is the heartland of the Berber people. For centuries, they have carved a life out of these challenging slopes, building terraced fields for farming and constructing villages that seem to defy gravity, clinging to the sides of steep valleys. These villages, with their flat-roofed earth and stone houses, blend seamlessly into the landscape. Visiting a Berber village is like stepping into another time. You'll be welcomed with incredible hospitality, often invited into a local home for a glass of mint tea and freshly baked bread. It's an opportunity to see a way of life that is deeply connected to the land and the seasons. For anyone who loves the great outdoors, the Atlas Mountains are a paradise. The hiking possibilities are endless, ranging from gentle walks through lush valleys and along irrigation channels, to challenging multi-day treks to the summit of Toubkal. The trails take you through groves of walnut and juniper trees, past cascading waterfalls, and offer constantly changing, jaw-dropping views. The biodiversity is incredible. You'll see a huge variety of birds, butterflies, and if you're lucky, you might even spot a Barbary macaque, the only primate species found north of the Sahara. The mountains are also dotted with history. You'll find ancient kasbahs, fortified residences of local lords, perched on strategic hilltops, commanding views over the valleys they once controlled. The most famous of these is the Kasbah Telouet, the crumbling but still magnificent former palace of the Glaoui clan. Exploring its decaying rooms, with their surprisingly intact Zeli tilework and painted ceilings, is a haunting experience. It speaks of a time of great power and wealth, a feudal history that played out in these remote mountain passes. These kasbahs are the castles of the Atlas, full of stories of intrigue and power. And here's another surprise for you. You can go skiing in Morocco. Yes, skiing in Africa. In the winter months, the peaks of the High Atlas are covered in snow, and the small resort of Ukaimeden, just a short drive from Marrakech, comes to life. It's not the Alps, for sure. The infrastructure is a bit rustic, and you might even have to hire a mule to carry your skis to the lift. But the experience of skiing down a slope with views of the African plains below is completely unique and unforgettable. It's just another example of the incredible diversity packed into this one amazing country. If Marrakech is the heart of Morocco, then Fez is its soul. It's the cultural, intellectual, and spiritual capital of the country. This city doesn't just have history, it's history. Walking into the Fez El Bali, the old Medina, is one of the most transportive experiences you can have. This is the largest living medieval city in the world, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and a place that has remained virtually unchanged for centuries. It's a bewildering, intoxicating maze of over 9,000 alleyways, some so narrow you can touch both walls at once. There are no cars here. The only traffic is people and the donkeys and mules that carry goods through the labyrinth. Fez is home to the University of Al-Qarawiyyin, recognized by UNESCO as the oldest continuously operating, degree-granting university in the world. Founded in 859 AD, it has been a center of learning for over a millennium, attracting scholars and students from all over the Islamic world. While non-Muslims can't enter the prayer hall, you can peek into its serene courtyard and feel the weight of centuries of intellectual pursuit. The entire city feels like a university, with madrasas, or religious schools, like the Buinania or Al-Atarine, showcasing some of the most exquisite examples of Marinid architecture, with intricate tile work, carved plaster, and beautiful cedar wood. One of the most iconic, and honestly most pungent sights in Fez, is the Essaouira tannery. This is where leather has been processed, using the same traditional methods for almost 1,000 years. From a viewing terrace, you can look down on the incredible sight of dozens of stone pits filled with colorful dyes, where workers treat and color animal hides. Yes, the smell is intense. They use things like pigeon droppings and cow urine in the process, but it's a fascinating, almost surreal spectacle. It's a raw, unfiltered glimpse into an ancient craft that is essential to the city's economy and identity. Fez is a city of artisans. Every corner of the Medina seems to have its own specialty. You'll wander into the Najarine Square and smell the cedar wood from the carpenters' workshops. You'll hear the rhythmic clang of the coppersmiths in Place Sepharine, hammering intricate designs onto trays and teapots. You'll see weavers creating beautiful fabrics on traditional looms. This isn't a performance for tourists. This is the living, breathing economy of the Medina. Visiting the Darbatha Museum, housed in a former palace, gives you a curated look at the incredible craftsmanship of the region, from carpets and pottery to woodwork and jewelry. The influence of Andalusian culture, brought by Muslims and Jews fleeing Spain centuries ago, is deeply felt in Fez. You can see it in the architecture, hear it in the music, and even taste it in the food. The city's grand royal palace, Dar el Makhzen, with its magnificent giant brass doors, is a stunning example of modern Moroccan craftsmanship, even though you can only admire it from the outside. Fez is a city that rewards slow exploration. It asks you to get lost, to follow your senses, to peek through doorways, and to discover the layers of beauty and history that make it one of the most compelling cities on earth. So there you have it. From the singing dunes of the Sahara to the ancient soul of Fez. From the chaotic heartbeat of Marrakech to the silent majesty of the Atlas Mountains. We've seen goats in trees, walked through Hollywood movie sets, and smelled the tanneries that have been working for 1,000 years. But the truth is, we've only just scratched the surface. Morocco is not a checklist of sites to be ticked off. It's a feeling, an experience that gets under your skin. It's the warmth of the hospitality, the taste of a perfectly spiced tagine, the sound of the call to prayer echoing over a Medina at sunset. It's a country that engages all of your senses and leaves a permanent mark on your soul. The real magic of Morocco is in the connections you make, with the people you meet, with the ancient history you walk through, and with the stunning landscapes that humble you. It's a place of beautiful contradictions. Ancient and modern, chaotic and serene, vast and intimate. It's a country that invites you to get lost, to be curious, and to open yourself up to the unexpected. The journey we took today is just one possible path through this incredible land. Your own Moroccan adventure will have its own twists and turns, its own secret discoveries and unforgettable moments. So what are you waiting for? Your story is out there, waiting to be written in the alleyways of a Medina or the sands of the desert. I hope this journey has inspired you to go and find it. Let me know in the comments which of these places you'd love to visit first, or if you have your own Moroccan hidden gem to share. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. Until next time, travel safely, stay curious, and as they say in Morocco,